Good. I got it. Yes. Good morning, Gem FM. Morning, everyone. Good morning, wherever you are. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. It's going to snow again, another storm, and it's really looking stormy out there. So be careful no matter what you do. Be ready because the weather is not um, as simple as we may seem to see it. Okay. Hi, Melissa Merle. How was the trip?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How's the drive? Enjoying the fun?
There is no sun out here.
I know.
It's
It's going
just
to
over
snow.
cloud.
Yeah, it's cloudy. Yeah, it's going to snow. I was looking at the horizon, and you could
It's all
see
over
that
cloud.
yeah, it's getting ready to snow. The snow plows are out salting. Um, so they know what they're expecting. So we are really going to get a spring storm. I'm telling you, we live to see all kinds of things in this one Canada. So good morning, Gem FM, Genesis Magazine, our viewers, wherever you are looking from. Happy to have you in. Hello today. Today we are talking, it's March break, and the kids are getting ready for that time of the year when they're getting ready to so we're looking at March, the what you call it, March break. It's March, or this spring, winter break, March break. And many people are traveling and going places. I'm not sure if schools have a PA day, if they have they have school today, or they just, I don't know. When you don't have children to worry about, well, you do worry about them, but you're not the parents of the children attending school nowadays. Mine are grown up, it's the grandkids. I just pray for them and hope for the best for them on the road, on their routes until they return home. So let's talk about this time. Imagine a March break, no rain, but snow. It's not wet, but a lot of snow coming down. What do we do on March break? What is it all about? And around the world, children do have vacations at different times. Some of them bounce into our time as what we call March break. It's they coming into Easter break and other things like that. I don't know what the kids in Florida have, Minister Merrill. Are they on break? March break now?
Our March, okay. My kids in Canada, their March break is from now, right? From
Yeah.
Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And Florida is from the following week.
Okay. All right. So this is it. So you see, 1 week, we are just a week before them, and they are the week after. And don't forget, this is the weekend you turn your clocks ahead. So we lose our night sleep.
Say?
The clocks are turning.
What did you say?
We're turning our clocks ahead. We're turning the clocks ahead.
Oh, yeah,
you hearing me?
No. It's this week.
Yeah, this weekend. So yeah, Saturday night, you get your clocks turned from Saturday night. So when you wake up Sunday morning, you're ready for the new long days. A little less sleep, but the weather's changing, so we're all ready for it. So what are we doing on March break? There's so many places to go in Toronto and the surrounding areas, the zoo. You've got the art gallery, the museum, the BIA, which is on the lakefront. Now you can walk along that, like that boardwalk, for for a long distance. Well, it's not one going into the water, but it's going alongside the water. There's the pathway downtown. There's so much to see. There's City Hall, skating and stuff like that. So get your March break, in under your belt, and be safe. Say a prayer before you leave home, because the world is really going belly up with what I'm reading on the news. Today it was a very sad thing. I'm looking at the officer, fire officer Arno, that lost his life, and I think it's Buffalo. They have a huge funeral service for him, and people are coming from all over. I know the fire service from Toronto, parts of Ontario are going to be there. It was on the news. So rest in peace. And to our first responders, we got to keep them in mind. Their jobs are not easy, and it's not, because when they leave home in the morning, they're not sure they're getting back. And it's the same for every one of us, when you leave your house, or sometimes you don't have to leave the house, some contingent issue passes through, and we're no longer here. So let's keep one another in mind, and keep our eyes open for the children that are running along the streets, riding their bicycles, their scooters. Some of them, they have skates, inline skates and stuff like that. So it's quite a time. It's quite a time, It's nice that we have arrived at that time, but then weather-wise, we're way behind. But it's a sign of the times, I say. It's a sign of the times, keep, be each other's helper and each other's eyes, care for the next person out there. So that, if you see something out there, keep your eye on you are on the road, or, wherever. We have to learn, we're living in a time that there's no love, people are self-centered, selfish, and stuff like that. But we have to realize that we're people that, raise the human race should be one that's helping one another. And we need to get there. Now that our children are outside, we want to make sure that they're safe. So if you're out there and you see danger, call it out, make the phone call wherever you have to, so that this wouldn't happen. And to all the children out there, if whoever sees this video, I want you guys to know that you did not come in this life to get involved in things that will shorten your life, or take you away from enjoying life and learning something along the way. For all the crime and young crime, the school children who are out there, you need to realize your job is not to get involved with things that will cause you to have to take guns into schools. The matter is not yours and in your hands. You need to know what your priority is. When your parents spend their money and their time and think that you're at school learning something, you're getting involved in little gangs that has no benefit, except to cut your life short, to cut your education away from you. So take a few minutes and face the reality of life. We all have been there, and we have done what we had to do in order to understand what life is all about. Life is not about wars. Well, life is not about gangs. Life is about enjoying the rare opportunity that you have been given, because we are God's highest species that has been created. That is his greatest treasure, humanity. And therefore we need to respect it, understand it. And even if you don't understand, respect yourself. And remember your parents, whether you're a single parent child home, single parented home or not, you are responsible. It's much more difficult, but you still have to have your goals set. It's not about who have and who doesn't have. It's your goal. When you set your goals and you get what you want in terms of your education, you will arrive not late, but always on time, because he's an on-time God. So today I'm talking to you, young people. Be the examples. Be the example so that, you know, you can get there. I'd love to hear good things about you as time go on. One of these days, we'll talk about, have some young people that are, you know, available on the day off when they have a PA day to talk about school and some of the pressures and, you know, things that are affecting them. You know, I'm really tired of seeing this over and over and over. And it's time that we as adults and grandparents and aunts, uncles, and cousins and friends bring it to the forefront and start talking about it in the right light. I know a lot of it, you know, has to do with racism for some people in their schools as they're having this big issue. But, you know, if you're a good teacher or principal or good administrative staff, you have to be, it has to be on a level playing field. You have to treat every single child with respect, whether they're white, black, green, yellow, or blue. So that is something to take into consideration when you're going into these types of professions to serve the general public. Become a public servant, giving service to the public, and that's our children attending school, my grandchildren. And I want you to teach, you know, to be respectful of them and to treat my grandchildren well until they're finished. My generations, I still have a few down the road, you know, that still have school to attend. And they have theirs coming behind them when they reach that point. So let us get this straight, one, you know, before we make mess about it. Enslavement is over. We have enough laws and rules to take us away from the wickedness of mankind. You know, I looked at it last night and I was thinking about it. And one of the things, Minister Mo, that came to me was, oh, we're playing God. We are playing God. There's only one God, one true and living God. So we can't be playing God and making decisions as though we are gods. We may be little gods, but you have to be chosen, because when you're chosen, you are doing the right, you will do the right thing. You would not be biased, you would not be racist, you would not be any of those isms and schisms that separate us as human beings, okay? Because when you cut my skin and I cut yours, guess what? The blood is the same, the vessels are the same, every function is the same. There's only the color that God has given us to see how we could live together. And we know we're doing a real bad job of it. So, Minister Mo, as you're traveling with your multi-diverse people on your bus today, where are you now?
I'm in Pickering, actually.
Whoa,
Wow.
you're already there?
Yeah, I'm at Liverpool and
Wow.
Daly. I thought I'll leave because the storm was coming, right?
Yeah. So what time did you leave?
Yeah.
What time you left home?
My bus is very noisy today.
Yeah, I know.
What time did
you leave? What time did you leave home?
Oh, I left home at 8 o'clock.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, it's a 3-hour drive.
I got on the GO bus at 9.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. So you didn't, how was the view today? Very cloudy, eh?
Actually, I was sleepy today.
Oh, nice. Oh,
I was very
sleepy.
I kept my eyes closed for most of the drive.
Nice. Well, you got a good rest, a mental rest. Yeah. Yes, into that realm. Yeah. So today, as I'm saying today, we're talking about our children's vacation or grandchildren's vacations and nieces and nephews. And yesterday was International Women's Day. And I hope all you women out there had a good day. There was a lot of talk about us, you know, our input in life, you know, procreators for God himself, you know, our original creator. And nowadays we're talking about involving women in so many things. And, I will go back to the beginning of time. From the beginning of time, a woman was given the job to be a homemaker, but she had many tasks. And she was able to do every single one of the things that we talk about with, STEM. We did accounting, engineering ideas, how to make things better, created things to make mom's lives better. So having that opportunity today is very important because, we are a force to be reckoned as well. So, excuse me, I'm wishing those who I haven't been able to reach a happy International Women's Day, month, year, because we have the whole year doing what we do best, parenting. And hope that you're having a good time and a good day in that light. One of the other things I want to talk about is, I guess Minister Merle is getting ready to leave the bus. She's off the bus. Yes, she is. She has arrived at her destination in Pickering, and she's finding her way to where she's going.
Off the bus now.
Yeah, I know. I saw you walking. So safe journeys. I don't know where you're getting, if you're getting.
My phone is very low.
Yeah, but that's okay. I'll see you walk along. Are you getting, is someone picking you up?
Yeah, my sister will pick me up in a while.
Okay. Okay. So you have a specific place to go and wait?
Anyway, so I can hear you a little better now.
Yeah. Yeah. So where you have to go to a specific spot? Is there a pickup area that you're heading to?
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'm used to all of this.
I know. But it's nice watching you heading to your journey. So Minister Mill is in another city right now, in another region of Ontario. Is called Durham region, and she's heading to be picked up. She's going to visit with her sisters, that live in that area. So we wish her a wonderful day if she does not come back on. Yeah. And a great weekend. I'm just watching the trees are just dancing and bowing outside. So we know the weather is really, really, really coming down shortly.
I don't know what time they said it's going to come down.
Yeah, but I think it's coming down on its own time for sure. Because the way it is right now, you can see the changes. I can look outside and see the changes in the weather from when I got up this morning, because the trees are just bowing and bowing. So we know that anytime soon we can start getting flurries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she had the rabbit in Pickering. Wow. That was nice. You all bundled up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for the trip. So I'm wondering what these parents are going to be doing. Well, a lot of people have already left the country, since yesterday.
I know.
And some have taken days off, when they're traveling, depending on how far they got to go. And for those who are on the road, we send a prayer with them, because some are driving from state to state and province to province, province to places in the US, driving over the border. Even
I know.
some of, so
some people are going up all the way to New York. For the days we would drive up to New York to go shopping.
That's a trek by itself.
All the summer stuff is out already, right?
Oh yeah, you get ahead.
Yeah.
So all those in New York and the truckers, I pray that you'll have that safe, drive that I used to have in Minister Merle. When we're driving with the truckers, they will honk their horns when they're exiting, and they keep our eyes keep us company, we keep them company. Sometimes it's a lonely stretch of road that you have to travel. And we made it. We're here today to tell the tales of our New York trips.
Oh God, yeah.
I can just imagine trying to drive to New York now.
Yeah. And you know, we also used to have during this time of the year, we'll have when our kids were teenagers,
Mhm.
we would have a lot of tournaments,
Yeah, soccer and
a lot of soccer. We always like today, like a weekend like this weekend, we'll probably end up in Tampa or one of those places in
that's
Florida,
true. Excuse me. Mhm. Yeah,
you know.
I agree. Yeah, I remember when Tanya played, and she was a couple summers.
Basketball.
She was going. She really went to the deep south. You know, it was like
Yeah.
it's a long trek.
Yeah, like during March break, the kids do a
Yeah,
lot of different things, you know.
yeah.
But
I
this
don't even
March,
know. I don't even know
this,
if my son took off for the U.S. during this time.
this March break is quite different because the kids could do a lot of winter stuff still.
Yeah, which is so unusual, eh? It's just it floors you to see how the weather patterns are. We have no control over it. We just have to enjoy it as it comes, you know. So,
Exactly.
well, let's see what spring will be. Well, apart from all the winter trees that goes, all year round, how the shrubbery is going to come up and stuff like that. I'm just curious because of the way our winter went to see how the trees are going to start to bloom. Well, we
Yeah.
can't talk about bloom until we're over this one, and we don't know what's happening next. But then, and then I said, it's the signs of the times that we're in that we have to be very aware of. We're not in control of anything at this time. Nothing. The weather, the prices, you know, food stuff, shelter, everything is over there doing numbers on us, you know. So, oh, by the way, um, our province of Ontario, our mayor, our premier, sorry, not the mayor, he said that he has cut the health spending by quite a bit,
I saw that.
quite
I
a few
saw
billions. I'm not even going to go into it. Go check the news. You have to be,
I saw that yesterday. I saw
and
that
you know what?
yesterday.
He's got the money, but he cut the bill. He cut
You know,
um,
Pastor Daphne, and this is what I said to you. It's temporary. He's only in there temporary. The things that he has done, you know,
yeah,
it's just temporary. And
yep,
I do, like I said, I pray.
yep.
You know, he's in there. He was in there for a certain purpose.
And
He was good. He was good during the pandemic. Let's hope that the people really come
we'll
out
give
and
him kudos
decide.
for that. I give
Yeah.
him kudos for that. But when it comes to the health of your people, you have to be more careful. Yep.
Well, we knew he was doing something, right?
Yeah.
Because
He was
he
making
wanted
it.
he was privatizing so much. Okay.
Mhm.
He said nothing would change. Yet still he cut back so much. So what do we do? Where is he putting the money? In what? Question. It's okay. I'm not really worried because as I said, God is in
Oh dear.
control and
Oh yeah.
and what he does, we just have to, you know.
What we don't realize in this life is, and I'll say it as our indigenous brothers and sisters and chiefs have said, and one of the first chiefs, from way back when, he said when we had people traveling from Europe coming in to take the land, and they wanted to get the land, and they were giving him money and other thing. He says to them, He says money devalues. Money can burn, but the land will always be there. So why would I sell my land for money that will finish, could burn, could devalue? So
So true.
his thinking, and we have to think like that all the time, because people come quickly and they hand you money and you're thinking of all the things money can do for you. But the land can do everything for you.
Exactly.
So stop taking your land and selling it off.
And that's
So
what
that-
that's what the children are not thinking about right now.
Yeah. You have
Yeah.
been bequeathed land and property. Don't sell it off, because the money will finish, but the land lasts forever. The land belongs to the Lord, and we have to be smart when negotiating what has been left for us, what we do with it, because you don't see that's, you don't see it right away, but you see it as you get older, that had I kept the land, there was always a place for your head to rest. Even if you buy a tent or build a tent or a little 2x4 or 2x2 shed, you have a shelter over your head. So for all of those who your grandmother and your grandfather leave a piece of land in the country, don't be fooled by the money, because when the money is over, the person that has it is not going to sell it back to you for sure. Okay?
Not for the same price.
No, not for the same price. They may not want you to sell it at all.
I remember my dad gave my sister a piece of land,
Mm,
and the husband, when she got married, instead of billing on the land, he quickly decided to sell to get money.
mm,
But the man he sold it to was also working with my dad.
yeah.
So my dad so the guy told my dad,
Mm-hmm.
he sold it back to my dad for the same price, because he
right.
knows how good, how
They know the
hard.
value. You have to
They
know the
know,
value of
yeah.
the land that is bequeathed to you, whether it's in the country or not. Country living is a quiet life.
But
If you live in
ours wasn't even in the country. This
yeah.
land was, this was some country. This was right down in like 10 minutes drive out to San Fernando.
Oh, really? Oh, so that's
Yeah.
right there.
It's right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Suburban land.
You could walk from, children was walking from there to our schools.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see the importance of the things that you receive that you didn't work for. Don't take it lightly. It is invaluable. There's no price you can put on the things that has been handed down to you. I got some photos from my brother recently, and my father has passed, and they were having fun on the property, and they wanted to chop it up and do this. And I said, you know what? You guys do what you want with it. And I said to the youngest, when he asked me, I said, well, if you don't want to keep the land and you want to have it under your belt for the rest of your life and your children's life, well, you better take another look and think about it. Picture 40 years from now that you don't know what's going to happen 40 years from now, So this is just a couple of days back, he sent me the pictures. You should see the children running on the land. How good God feels, how good my father feels, and my parents feel to see that the land that they left, that it's passed down, and on mommy's side it's the same thing. So
I think one of the things that I tell people, because we also have that issue up in part of some land also, right?
yeah,
And and that's what I share with others. We don't know how hard people work to get that land.
this is it.
We just don't know, This is
Don't
something we
quickly
need
run
to
and
be.
spend it, just you have
Yeah.
something that you just get it in your hand. It hasn't even touched your fingers, but the thoughts are already there to get rid of it. We need to wake up. all these young children that are on vacation today, for the next week in Canada may want to go down to their great grandparents' land to see what is up. And there's land available for them. And that's why God give you an inheritance. Look what he said to Abraham. The land. He talked about the land. He didn't talk about money. Did he talk about money? Did he talk about denarius? No. He talked about money. Did he talk about the Roman coins? No. He spoke about land. And there's so many things. I must look in the, Minister Mo, we must do a thing about land, because in the Bible it tells you all about land, a lot of things about you're keeping your land. It's important. And this is why my hats are off to the indigenous people for understanding the truth and the matter of the land, because we teach of children about making money and everything else, but we didn't tell them the value of having their land that they can always go to. Kids, they would leave here and go far if they know that the land is theirs. And that's the problem with land. People don't know the value of it, and they don't understand just because you're getting old that you're going to sell it out and leave it. No. So, and if you have some land in Ontario somewhere, get the kids and go and let them run on the land. See the squirrels and all the other things, but make sure you have things from, mosquitoes or whatever might come. Well, this is cold weather. We know mosquitoes now, but we don't know, all the different insects. Don't touch anything that you don't know anything about. Educate yourself before you play with things out there, because there's a lot of things that the trees, nature has that we don't know. I don't know about the provincial parks and entry into them during this time, but if it's open, you can, venture in and ask, the guides of how far you can go. So enjoy this week. It's a beautiful week to enjoy with the children, in the neighborhood park, in all the public places, Casa Loma. Oh gosh, I can't remember Casa Loma. It's been so long, eh? Going to Casa Loma and all these places, going out for a nice dinner, and children love, McDonald's and stuff like that. So get yourself out there and enjoy this week. It's a beautiful week, and it's a good time to, assimilate yourself and breathe some of the air. And we ask the Lord to bless the air, continue to clean it up for us, because it's been polluted by mankind and all their isms and schisms, so that, we can enjoy. So, Miss Sybil, how is your grandkids' March break? What are they doing for March break?
They're basically doing very simple things.
That's good. Mm-hmm.
Because the mom is working.
Oh, yeah.
So therefore, we'll be doing stuff in the house.
Oh, good.
Like,
yeah,
we're going to do a lot of crafts.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to start planting.
Oh, yeah.
Start our indoor planting.
Nice.
And do some, I told my granddaughter, we're going to do the planters, like come up with the design, what plants we're going to put in the planters. Okay. So we started those now. So, we could have those once summer come.
Mm-hmm.
So we will start our herbs indoors, and whatever annual plants we are going to put, we're going to start it with seeds.
Nice.
So we're going to do that kind of project,
mm-hmm.
do stuff like that during the March break. It's not about, the kids want to see just one movie.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably just go to one movie in an afternoon or something.
Oh, good. Okay, so you have to be diversified in what you do, especially with the prices of really getting your herbs together would help you with the chives and the other things,
I think like last year, my brother actually, he could not even get plants.
Really?
He always,
Yeah.
We had a house in Mississauga, like from 77, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he has planted that land for all the years, right?
Only. Mm-hmm.
And he could not get any time plant last year.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's just because of the COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
So many people has turned to doing house plants, to doing
Yeah.
garden. A lot of
Yes,
people.
yes, yes.
So things were sold out.
Yes,
So I
okay.
said to him that I will start the time and stuff now. Okay, there
Mm-hmm.
comes my ride. I have to say bye now, so we'll talk.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, guys.
Be
Have a
blessed.
safe journey.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Say hi to Andy. Okay. So Mr. Mill has gone and she's talking about is another project that you can have for the spring break if you're not going anywhere. What about getting the kids engaged and planting some herbs? But you got to go get it quickly. You know, a lot of the nurseries are going to be running out because they're not doing as much as before. But, that may be the case. I'm not sure. Don't take my word for it. But until you visit, the home, you got all the garden places that you normally go to and those that are available because some have closed down. So get out there and become creative. Be part of creation. Plant something. Put something in a pot. It grows out so pretty. And if you do the herbs, you will have herbs because you can have herbs daily. And you ask about it, they'll tell you what to plant. My daughter in Toronto, she's had herb gardens, her planters in the home and fresh chives and, thyme and other things out there. So see what you can get and do it because it's innovative, but it helps the pocketbook, because prices are so high. I was in a grocery store yesterday and realized how expensive things are. Like some things are double the price, double plus, and we have to do something about it. So that's another conversation for another day. But meanwhile, plan for your holiday, the holiday with the grandkids, the nieces and nephews, the cousins, etc., and the people in your community. Community is very important. When we build community right, and we have the right unity in communities, and we get the leaderships of our provinces, our cities, our countries, our towns on board, and as to why they took the office of becoming a leader, then we can guide them along the way. And they must be accountable for all that they say they will do. And like issues where they do things and then they change their mind about it, they are accountable for the money that is handed down by the federal government to the provinces and to the municipalities. All are accountable because whatever you say, it's already written in stone, it's signed, sealed, has been delivered. And if you rescind on it, then we rescind, roll back your mind, your thoughts on it, and your desire to do it. You have to let us know where that money go and what is it going for. And we have to see it because at the end of the day, the auditor who does the books, he too is responsible. So you have a voice, use it, ask questions, call up your officers, and let them know. Especially now they're talking about our health. And if you don't know how much it is, check it. We need to, you can't be spoon fed all the time. You need to spend time searching for things. Then it makes you a little more a part of your community, a part of your province, city, or whatever, so that you can ask questions. It's so important. I don't know what Minister Nataki is doing with Abby, but I know she's going to be doing something exciting. Very innovative, very innovative. Books that you can read. As a matter of fact, I sent out some subscriptions to some kids, but they sent to let me know that it hasn't started yet because of whatever. But we do that. National Geographic for children is really, really exciting. And the kids learn a lot, and they have these books for lifetime because, you can use them over and over. And I got them since I was about 7, 8, somewhere around there. And they used to be huge books like the Bible, well, half of the Bible. But now it's it's a lot smaller, a lot more condensed. So that's another area that you can look. And there's a lot of Zeus books and other things. Reading is important, and it's important for every one of us to learn how to read. We have the faculty for it, and we need to take the time to learn to read. Because, literacy is not an option, even, excuse me, even though we have a lot of illiteracy around the world, but it's not really an option, because if we teach one another, we spend the time with one another, they will learn to read. They have the television, they have the children's programs, it's kids that are now learning to read. You watch different things, they hear different things. So learn to read, because there's no point being a fighter out there and it's all verbal and nothing written. So get yourself together. It's never too late to learn. I'm saying it over and over. I will not stop saying it, because I have learned, and I'm learning every single day of my life. Every single day. Because, like, the one who told me about this told me that life is a learning experience. And really and truly, every day you experience something new in life. So learn by what you see, what you hear, what you don't want in your system. Cast it out, but learn to read, because it's one of the gifts that will open a new world for you. And don't be ashamed if you pass the age, you quote unquote, you think you're past the age for learning. You're not. Because you learn until you die. Until you die. Until God pulls his breath from you, you are learning. So learn. Never be ashamed of learning. It's not a secret. Don't make it a secret. Let it be an open thing. When you look at people, we get angry, human beings, we get angry, and we say what we want without the lid on our mouths, without the lids on our hearts. And we say what's in our mind, we just blast it out. Well, it's the same with learning. Learn without, any restraint. Let it be something that you're going to push yourself forward to do, to learn. Learn by examples, learn by samples, learn by what you see, learn by hearing, seeing, and learn by reading, learning to read. The ABC becomes a word. If you put CAB, you get the cab. Okay? So it's as easy as kissing hands. So it might seem difficult because it's frustration. Human beings, a lot of us, we don't have patience. And patience is one of the virtues the Bible speaks about. And patience is one of the virtues that they teach you about in schools, but they don't tell you the Bible say, because they've learned patience, knowing that if you want something, you have to be patient. If you want to succeed, it takes time. Nothing happens like the click of the fingers. We have to learn, you know, opportunities come because you're blessed with them. So be blessed with all the opportunities that you see around you. And like I say, we're talking about vacation, our spring vacation for 2023. And today, as we speak, we are expecting a storm, and it started in Buffalo actually with the funeral for that Officer Aruno. It was already there was already flurries. It was already dark, and it's a very sad time to be putting someone, to rest. My grandmother used to say, "I don't think they really want to go now." But you know what it is? It's a time of the year. It's what it is. And if that is so, well, like they say, gone too soon. So don't forget children. Whether you're at home or outside, be very careful. If you're going to use a stove, remember to turn it off. Don't put it too high. And remember the things that ignite fires, things that will splash and cause anything to. So if you have an older sibling, let them help you. And if you don't, you can always, get in touch with mom. I'm sure mom is going to prepare for most of you out there so that you can have a great week ahead. Starts with snow, at least, the outdoors is there. And you can do a lot in the winter, You don't have to go far. And most of all, be careful, be safe, and listen. Don't talk to strangers, and don't be coerced into things that would not benefit you, would bring shame to your family's name, would put you and compromise your life ahead of you. All these things are absolutely important. Think about it. Do what is right, because even though the family, your siblings or your parents don't see you, but he who created us sees all that you do. And at some time in life, down the road, we have to give account for what we do, whether it's good, bad, evil, or indifferent. So do good, do right. Be caring, be loving, be understanding. And oh, by the way, if you're out there and you see a senior out there or someone who is disabled, give them a hand. If you have funds or with the parents and you have an extra 25 cents that you can give someone, give it to them. It's a blessing in disguise. It will return to you 100-fold plus, because that's how it is. But if it's something that if the situation seems like something that would threaten you in any form or fashion, don't go for it. Don't stand at the edge of the subway lines on the tracks while you're waiting on the platforms. And don't get into any altercations or arguments with anyone out there. It's not worth it. We're living in a very crucial time, where just bumping into someone is a problem. Everybody has attitude, and I don't call it attitudes, because I call it altitudes. They just go up, and they don't know how to get themselves back down. But that's how it is. Try and be caring, loving, and mindful of your surroundings. And don't forget, take care of your personal things with you, so that, out there, we pray that all who are out there with purposes that are not good for them or for you, that they will start thinking that the God who created all of us will speak to the hearts of men and let them become a little more caring and loving. So with that, don't forget all the things you can do. It's holiday time, relax time, sit back time. And it's nice to hear the children running around. It's nice to see them in the malls. And please don't go into people's stores and corner stores and take anything that you don't have the money to pay for it. Very important, because cameras are there and that jeopardizes your whole life. You can't cross the border. You can't, you can't go to certain places because, you're on a list of people that are not desirous. Some of the things that, you think is fun can jeopardize your life down the road. You cannot run for public office. You cannot do a lot of things out there when you have a record. So the only record you want to have is your diplomas that you get. You graduate from kindergarten to high school and college and university. And then when you get to your jobs, you do different things. And as you continue your education, you add other things to your title. So on that note, I hope you understand where I'm coming from, because I am talking from experience in life and realizing that I'm able to go where I go because when my parents spoke to me, I adhered to it. I need you to adhere to not me, but the wisdom that was given to me by my grandfather, grandmother, mom, dad, aunts and uncles who have gone through life without incident. Well, I would say incident, but incident that would cause them unlawful incidents, but it didn't cost them their opportunity. Okay, so don't be denied of your opportunity because of the mistakes that you make, because you can correct mistakes, but some of them are inevitable to come up down the road. Okay, so have a great day, have a blessed one, enjoy your week. Hopefully I'll pop in on Monday and see what we can be doing, and enjoy this weekend. Snow, whatever you get, but always enjoy it. It's what it is. And we say thank you for the life to be able to see it, to have that breath. So have a great day on behalf of Minister Mo, myself, and Minister Nataki and GEM FM Media. Have a wonderful day, a great weekend, and enjoy the snow, whether it's indoors or not, indoors or out. Enjoy around the world. Bye for now. Have a great one.